That's why the message doesn't align with their lives. That's why.
Hello, mi somebody, ¿cómo están? Hey, my loves, how are you doing today? So I'm back with another podcast video, podcast. So y'all, this is something that we talked about in the live that we had yesterday. So if you haven't caught up on the latest live, go ahead and catch up on the latest live because it's totally crazy. It's totally insane. It's totally wild. Okay. So the Mean Girls Club is basically made up of all these female YouTubers like YV Edit. I guess I didn't realize this, but I guess the Sovereign lady is a part of it as well. There's another chick that's like, her name's MJ. I guess she's a part of it as well. But these people will literally just steal your topic. They'll literally just like sit on your live to take topics that you're talking about. And so we did a whole live. We did our first live on this topic yesterday. I posted this 3 months ago where I put, behind every mentally ill woman is a male. I've always put this in my lives where I've said several times in my live, I don't know why no one ever talks about the fact that behind every mentally ill woman is a male. But everyone always says behind every successful male is a woman, right? And guess what I wake up to find today? So this is what I wake up to find today, that YV Edit, the YT lady that has joined forces with all the other BLK creators, it's not even benefiting you. Like, you literally, like, the numbers are not even close to what the YT lady is making. So I don't really see how it benefits them, but this is what they've done, right? Behind their, what they're now being called the Mean Girls Group. So this is what I wake up to find today, that she waited 3 months to post behind every crazy woman there is a man. She didn't even really care to change the wording all that much, y'all. So these people just steal content. They just steal ideas. We're going to go ahead and see what's been going on, because there's a lot that's been going on with this other content creator. Her name is Flawed Villain, because Flawed Villain has been exposing everyone in their little group.
Actually, has been a mirror for a lot of other women's internalized misogyny. I haven't been improving a lot of the comments because they've all just been very fucking repetitive, but I also have made video replies to women who have been coming here. MJ herself called me a pussy, very misogynistic. There's several of the girls that have been coming to my page saying, maybe you should just go back to the strip club and use the last few brain cells that you have. Very misogynistic. So I've just been like the mirror to who these women have actually just been like hiding in the shadows, right? Because I don't think I've attacked any woman in this way. And someone's going to bring up what I said about the wizard Liz. The only time I said anything about her is after she decided to attack another woman for having sugar daddies or whatever, because that's called accountability. Because it's like, you can't try to bring down another woman for doing something that apparently she was also doing. That's kind of weird to me. Especially also coming from MJ. She also was saying it's time to go find a rich man, when that's what she does. She goes on dates for fun with rich men just because she says it's experimenting, but I'm not fucking slow. She also said herself that she did like the whole SW thing. So it's just the fact that they are now projecting their own internalized misogyny onto me, while I'm also just like talking about actual hatred for women. Because imagine hating someone this much if they were just maybe a different religion than you. Because to me, in my eyes, religion and politics are exactly the same. If people aren't religious, they usually are very political. That's like their religion. Or people are neither, right? They are just very neutral with it. It's been very interesting to see. But also, they were labeling Princella a misogynist too, because she was telling them to close their legs. Okay? I never took offense to that, because I was like, fucking valid. Even though, like, yes, sexual liberation, for sure. But then it's also like accountability and not having babies with fucking losers, which has always been my message here. I think a lot of other women were kind of tiptoeing around that message as well. But I keep saying that these men don't want to be dads, and that these men will cheat on you, and that these men will go to the club while you're 9 months pregnant, or these men will, you know, be on the phone with a sugar baby of sorts while you're at home taking care of the child, right? So I've very much always been like close your legs in the sense of don't get fucking pregnant. And I guess that's misogynistic, but it's actually not. It's just like accountability in not having children, right? I don't have kids. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm like into like purity culture and all that, but it's also, it gets to a point, you know, it gets to a fucking point. Because I know several women who have had kids, and they also tell me that they like regret having them young. I mean, they don't regret their kids, right? But they regret like the baby dads when they had them. So that's kind of what I'm preaching here. It's not really like misogynistic to say these things. It's just like reality. I don't come on here like I'm on like a fucking high horse, like I'm better than people. I already know that me saying that I worked at the club, that people would already look down at me. I already knew that, but it's just funny, as soon as this comes out and is exposed, all of a sudden the real masculine energy comes out, where it's like, attack her, tell her she's fucking ugly, tell her she's beady-eyed, tell her that she's just a stripper, tell her that her dad didn't love her. And this is all coming from like women, right? These are also the same exact comments that I've been getting from men throughout my journey of talking about male behavior on here. It's the same comments, but now it's from women. It's like the same shit, word for word. It's insane. I really think it's misogynistic for me to point out that this behavior is fucking weird. Actually,
so anyway, this whole feud has been going on with Flawed Villain. And again, I don't know any of these people, okay? Like, I don't know Flawed Villain. I don't know YT or YV Edit. I don't know any of these people in real life. You know what I'm saying? This is just based off of the information that we have, based off of what we can see. But there's a whole feud going on where Flawed Villain apparently called these mean girls out, and the followings literally went on Flawed Villain's page and started spreading so much hate. And I think it's important for us to cover this in a podcast so that we can see the truth behind the scenes. Like YV Edit, for example, Queen Sovereign is a part of this as well. Bourbon Bougie, I'm not sure how deep she goes with this whole thing. I would hope that not too deep, because personality wise, I thought she was okay, but she is a part of this group. So I don't really know what to think when it comes to that. And there were like a ton of other ones that YV Edit herself, all the people I just mentioned, she mentioned all these people in her videos. Okay. So a ton of other people that she mentioned that are a part of this Mean Girls group, you know, that apparently this is how they've been operating. Let's take a look. So one of their followings came here and said, the sound of your downfall, literally praying for the downfall of another woman. That doesn't sound very feminist to me. That's insanity, you know. The comments say, exactly how long have you been CIA? So someone's calling her a CIA.
Obama built cages at the border. You forget the news articles and the pictures of thousands of children crying because they couldn't find their parents because of Obama's deportation policies? Are we forgetting about the hundreds of thousands of children that were handcuffed and being taken from their families? If I remember correctly, Obama was also deporting people without due process. People weren't even allowed to be at their own court dates. They were getting lost in the system. So let's ask the 5 million deportees, not including the people who were caught at the border and voluntarily went back. Let's ask them how their deportation process really was.
This is in regards to the fact that Flawed Villain apparently voted for Trump. And so that has been a weirdly touchy subject, I guess, all of a sudden, because a lot of people voted for Trump and did not see this concentrated mass attack against them. But now all of a sudden, for some reason, this person is seeing a concentrated mass attack. I don't like Trump, but I am also not Democratic, because I feel like the Democrats, like I've said plenty of times, have had a really long time to make the lives of the people that have been supporting them for years better. And I don't think that they've done a very good job at doing that. On the other hand, the Republicans want to see women, children, cooking, cleaning, slaving, and that's all they ever want to see. So neither side seems like a good bet to me. I did not vote. So this is their following right here. This is the capacity of their thought and thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What I didn't realize is that these women were pretending to come up with the content themselves. I did not realize they were playing into that. I thought they were being more forthcoming with their followers, that they don't come up with any of these things themselves. There's no way that they could. They actually just take it from other people. I did not know that they were not being all the way transparent about that. But I've also heard that MJ goes around dating males left, right, center, you know what I'm saying, for funds and stuff like that, and that she's not really straightforward or very forthcoming about it. How accurate that is, I don't know, but I've heard that as well. This comment says, another thing, we've been so conditioned, the women just regurgitate the same thing males tell them to make them look like the better woman for a male. They are absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. MJ is a straight up misogynist, and I can tell, and unfollowed her. Oh, okay. She changes her tune whenever the comments tell her what she should think. So yeah, another woman who claims to be a feminist making derogatory comments about you being an SW as well. Do you know what? Also, because Queens of Rain, to the best of my understanding, was also an SW or a stripper or something. So the fact that she's a part of this Mean Girls Club is totally wild to me. And we know that because, again, YV Edit said it in her video. She named everyone that was a part of that club, y'all. Okay. So I'm very shocked. I'm just very, very shocked as to this whole situation. This is shocking, but not surprising. Shocking, but not surprising. You know what I mean? They sound like sexist males, all because you don't agree with their political beliefs. Political beliefs don't make a person good or bad. It's how you treat people privately. Okay. So that's what that commenter says. LOL, MJ tries to say it's for research purposes that she goes on the dates. Okay. I hearted that because I didn't know that. So I guess that's MJ's excuse, is that, oh, I go on the dates for research purposes. All right. So that's what she has to say about it. Isn't MJ an SW? Why would she say that? Projection, insecurity, and attempts to bring me down to her level. Is she an SW for real? Okay, I did not know that, if that's true. This is the whole reason I haven't unfollowed you. You said some stuff in your conversation with Priscilla that I didn't align with. However, the message you bring is why I followed you and why I won't be leaving. Yeah, I didn't watch that interview, we won't always agree on everything, but thanks for sticking around. Yeah, that's true. You don't always agree on everything. So I didn't watch that. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't personally know any of these people. Okay. I just think that it's important because it's true. A lot of this content that I see is literally content that I've seen smaller creators or creators that don't get as many views talking about. And the next thing I know, the next day or a few days later, they're literally saying the exact same thing without even bothering to change the words. So to me, it's like, if you're going around trying to make it seem like you're coming up with this content from the get-go and not stealing the content or taking the content from other people and other content creators, then that's fraudulent behavior. Or that's really what comes up for me when it comes to this. I'm not in defense of anyone. I don't know any of these people, like I said, but this is like the fight that has come up on TikTok. Okay. And they've been duking it out for over a week. Things might simmer down now. We shall see. But anyway, y'all, there's that and a lot more. We dive into all the sides in the first part of this live that we did yesterday. We'll be doing part 2 of this live this week. So stay tuned in the community section. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. Okay. Love you so much. Make sure to check out the YT membership as well. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.